Welcome back to Wealth Protector TV and Personal Pension Radio. If you're listening on my podcast, I am Kraig Strom. I am a paralegal here at Barth Calderon. I'm also a certified financial planner. And something popped up on my social media radar today that had the effect of essentially flashing me back in time over 10 years ago when a friend of mine basically lost his business in one easy step. You might connect that to the title of this episode. It's not that simple though. So my friend had actually started a roofing business from literally nothing and built it from the ground up into a very successful commercial roofing enterprise. And one day, as he was on a job site and was going to head up on the roof to inspect the work that his guys and gals were doing, he headed up the ladder and he missed a step. At about 15 to 20 feet off the ground, he missed a step on the ladder and he fell to the ground below, hitting his head severely, terribly, unconscious at that moment. And sadly, for the next 2 weeks, while his family gathered from around the country, he never recovered. He never woke up. And when the doctors confirmed multiple times that there was seriously no chance whatsoever that he would actually wake up, his wife had to make that terrible decision to unplug all the machines. And in addition to losing her husband, they unfortunately also lost the business because he was the CEO. He was the rainmaker. He did not have a succession plan in place. He did not have company-owned life insurance that would have allowed her to continue the business and finish out all the various contracts that they had. It was a disaster. The business ultimately folded, and because he didn't have enough personal life insurance, she also lost her home. She had to sell her home. She had to sell her rental home. She had to move to a less expensive place to live. All that could have been avoided, but for just a little extra planning, right? And maybe, crazy idea, putting a safety harness on you and your crew. Now, why do I bring all of this up? I bring this up because it all rushed back to me when I saw a video posted on social media today of a company CEO, someone who actually runs a roofing company here in California. They're actually recording a video on the roof of a house with two of their employees on the roof, just inches from the eaves and the side of this two-story home. No one, including the CEO, wearing any kind of safety harness. What the heck are you talking about? That's just unbelievable to me that you would be, as a CEO, number one, unprotected. Number two, that you would have two employees on the roof with you with no safety equipment whatsoever. Okay, just blows me away. Let's walk through this for a second. Let's walk through this worst case scenario. Just to see where this goes. Number one, the CEO falls off the roof, falls off the ladder, injured or died. Maybe the company survives, maybe not. Maybe the company doesn't survive because it just lost its charismatic rainmaker, right? The person with all the great connections. That's one scenario. Company doesn't survive. And those two employees and everyone else ultimately loses their jobs because the CEO fell off the roof like my friend years ago. How about another scenario though? What about the scenario where one of the employees on the roof that day falls off and doesn't die but is terribly injured, perhaps permanently disabled? And because they have lost the ability to work, they file a civil lawsuit against the CEO and their company. Okay? What about another scenario where the employee falls off the roof and dies? And now the family of that now deceased employee files a wrongful death claim against the CEO personally and the company. And let's walk through that case. Let's walk through that case just a little bit. Go into court. We're now in civil court, and the plaintiff's attorney shows pictures and video of social media posts by the CEO of the company standing on a roof with no safety equipment on his employees or himself. How does that look to a civil court, to a civil jury? What do you think's going to happen? My opinion, judgment in favor of plaintiff. How bad could it be? It could be huge. Folks, asset protection isn't just about legal work. It isn't just about insurance. It is an entire strategy. It's a mindset. Asset protection needs to be a mindset. I mean, heck, we put a seatbelt on when we get in the car, I hope. If you ride a motorcycle, most people put a helmet on. We go to that extra step to be safe. If you're running a business, if you've got rental properties, if you've got an S Corp, an LLC, whatever it is, making sure that you look at the entirety of your asset protection is critical. Please send me an email. If you'd like to review yours with my team at Barth Calderon, you can email me, Kraig with a K, at barthattorneys.com. Kraig with a K, Kraig, at barthattorneys.com. By the way, my friend's widow, she's okay. She ultimately was able to sell her real estate and move to another state where it was actually less expensive to live, and she kind of rebuilt and restarted her life with family close by. It wasn't as good as it could have been. She could have been much, much better off with a little extra planning, but she is okay. So folks, please, that's going to wrap it for today. Just a heartfelt encouragement to you to get that consultation, that detailed look through your asset protection, both personal and on your business side if that applies. Send me an email. Take care, folks. Bye for now.